Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back again with another daily Casper crypto live stream. I know it's a bit early today. I'm a little bit busy later on at the usual time, but we're still here today with our daily content, our daily crypto Casper FOMO, and we have some very intriguing information to cover in today's stream from a recent trading pair with Casper, which has correlations and ties to the likes of Donald Trump's world liberty. We have also Trump's outbreaks again on Truth Social regarding Jerome Powell still not cutting rates, but we have got some very insightful information, some very important macro news that suggests that we should hopefully see the Fed inevitably have to step in very soon to start issuing rate cuts, which will be very reassuring and definitely incite more momentum in crypto. There is zero doubt in my mind that we will be getting rate cuts this year. Again, I could be wrong, who knows, but I'm very, very confident in that regard. And of course, if you enjoy the daily content, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Welcome back, Bingo Bro. Hope you're doing very, very well, brother. Welcome back. And yes, first indeed, Mr. Miles, free him. No more soapy beans. Hashtag like and subscribe. Hashtag waffles. Looks like all the, if you're not first, you're last. Yeah, all the hashtags are out today. Beans with soapy beans. Yep. Hear it. Love to see that, Bingo Bango. Thank you very much, brother. D with me, bro. Welcome back. Second indeed, brother. Kryptonium. Like to see, brother. Welcome very much, brother. Thank you very much for the first like. What's up, man? Ray Lee. Yo to you too. Kryptoni here. Welcome back, my man. And yes, Stack Bundle as well. Everybody, welcome back to the stream for today. Now we're going to get into the sources right now. We can see Casper is currently down 1.18% on the daily time frame. It's not really doing too much right now. Again, if we were to draw out that fib retracement that I've been highlighting occasionally in the past few streams, taking it from the bottom trend to top trend line right now, Casper is still trading within this golden pocket, so it is still going according to plan in that regard. I'm not remotely concerned about Casper in regard to its price. I never have been and likely never will be. But right now, it's actually going according to TA elements as well. We're seeing it correct right now. There are people who are saying we'll see it come back down to 5 cents down here. And while it is a possibility, there's no confirmation as such, it does inherently depend on the macro news. And right now, the macro news is bearish, but with very, very bullish longevity, bullish undertones, if you will. So you can see right now, Bitcoin's also down. Not really much, 0.15%, and we are still very much in a Bitcoin dominant market, although today it's falling off a little bit again because Ethereum's currently up 1.7%. And of course, there's a possibility in the near future that we'll see a little bit of a relief rally for alts. I'm not saying we'll see an altcoin cycle, that's completely different, but we'll see a bit of a relief where Ethereum might start to rally, Bitcoin won't really move, and therefore all the alts will start following nicely in suit. But again, I don't think it's going to be necessarily anytime soon. Not in the sense of the next, 2 months or so. We might see something, a little bit of relief soon, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, things are looking up. Although volume for Casper right now is still down despite the new trading pair we can see on CMC. Only 41 million. It's not good. Not great, actually, at all. But that's a temporary thing for me. Again, the volume is down right now as the smart contract platforms are being rolled out for Casper. The stablecoin pairs like USDC, that's going to be, a meeting with Casper and USDC Circle next week. And KEF and the folks at Casper are also talking to Tether as well. You're going to see stablecoins come on Casper. And that's going to be a very, very big catalyst in my belief for what's going to mean to the project. I made a video on my channel yesterday about it as well, talking about what that's going to mean, the alpha information, why, more so than ever, why I'm not bearish on Casper in the slightest. You can see that right now BitGet's doing very, very well, 16%, which is great. But again, as much as that's very good, it's kind of like almost a backhand, as you will. Why is your volume so good while the volume for Casper as a whole is quite bad? Either way, take what you can get. It's just a matter of time for me once more. I've been saying it for a while, but I think it's even more apparent right now, especially as the ecosystem right now, while still in testnet, is doing better and better. We can see here from KFC, $KFC, Casper Finance, the Casper stat stream to the test net insight on day 3, total liquidity has been $1.23 billion. That is impressive. That's very impressive considering that Casper is still quote unquote a ghost chain. It's still a very up and coming infrastructure, and it's only now getting smart contracts, and that's based off, no VC backing, none of that at all. It's purely community driven. So imagine what you're going to see with, liquidity pools coming online and so much more. And even then, bigger content creators and individuals also noticing Casper as well. Here, a man by the name of Peter Saddington with 84,000 followers has just basically asked the question, why Casper? I've been put onto it, but why, what, how? And he said thanks for all the info. I guess it's time to do a bit of a deep dive. And you can see everyone here, you just be like, yep, stateless, it's great. Layer 1 proof of work. Christian Love was saying from one ex-founder and a VC to another, Casper is the end game. So pretty much right now, everybody's just, as we do, shilling Casper in a sense, and getting more people who are just hearing it through the grapevines to actually be incentivized to do research into it. And that's how it's all going to start out. Just a little bit of whispers, if you will, about Casper. Why Casper? Looking at CMC, it looked good on the chart, of course, but it's not, I guess, the most impressive thing in regards to the chart, if you want to put it that way. That is impressive, but you can argue it's not the best thing ever. So why Casper? The volume is quite low, so it's not got that adoption. Why Casper? Well, those people are going to learn, or they'll be left behind, in my belief, with what's coming to Casper in general. Now, before I get to more of the Casper news right now, because I've got some very interesting sources, I want to get into the macro news for today, because again, the macro is the main talking point for today. This is the perfect time to stream here in the United States. Well, that is good to hear. I typically, if I have no anomalies in my day-to-day routines, I'll be streaming every day at usual time, which is normally about an hour and a half later. But then every Wednesday, I'll probably streaming around this time, because Wednesday I'm normally busy elsewhere in my life. Bring back the 11 a.m. EST streams, please. I believe that'll be 4 p.m. where I'm at, which I tend to normally do if I'm extremely busy in the evening. I'll tell you what, Bingo. I'll put another poll in the Discord server at some point today or tomorrow and ask if people want the stream time to be changed, because I'm more than happy to change the time. 8 p.m. just made it quite nice, because it also meant that normally I could, do a little bit of work and go to bed, trying to get to bed before midnight, although typically go to bed at 3 a.m. where I'm at. But if people want to change it, again, I'll definitely cater to all of you here. Now, getting into the macro news here, we can see from the KYC letter, a post from Trump on Truth Social that happened earlier today. Breaking: Trump says Fed Chair Jerome Powell is unbelievable and must now lower rates. ADP number is out. Too late. Powell must now lower the rate. He is unbelievable. Europe has lowered 9 times, which is considerable, and it is very frustrating us. Even just everyone, all investors right now are frustrated because America being the leading economy, what the Fed does, the US Fed, is significantly impactful to the rest of the world economy. And this comes off the back of some very, very important information today. Powell still continues to state he's no hurry to cut rates, and I think that is quite frustrating because of these sources I'm going to showcase in a moment as well. But this is the first one here. It's on forexfactory.com here, which is what the website that typically traders and forex users use to, get the actual information here. It looks quite confusing, I'd imagine, but the main part we're trying to look at right now is here. This is this part here, the ADP non-farm payroll. This is actually the information that, as I'm about to showcase now, I showcased this to my VIPs earlier today, so they already are aware ahead of time what exactly is happening here. So I'll do a quick rundown of this here. We can see from the ADP non-farm employment change. Last month, the report said it was at 60k. It was 62k. It was revised from 62k now to 60k. They forecasted basically a 2x for this month at 111,000 jobs, and it actually cut in half at 37,000. That is a considerable decrease. So they expected 111,000 more private sector jobs expected to be added into the economy. It's actually a third of that. That's a problem. That's a very, very worrying figure. And that is why Trump's saying you've got to start cutting rates, because what it's indicating, therefore, is that the growth of the economy right now in America, the jobs being created, is actually it's rescinding. It's getting less and less. So we're seeing less money, less capital flows flowing around. And the way to help bolster that is actually to start printing money. Turning on that money printer. That's how you combat this element of stagflation happening right now. There's not enough money in the economy. People are not getting jobs. It's a very, very worrying situation. So while this is negative news, this is just one of the numerous other macro developments that we're going to be seeing throughout this cycle. I'll be talking about it more and more, but equally this week as well, we got on Friday the non-farm payroll, which is equally unemployment. This is private sector. The non-farm payroll is public as well. So if on Friday the data also comes back negative, that will be bad, but actually also bullish, because it will incentivize the Fed to actually have a proper look at the economy, or at the necessity for rate cuts. Because right now, if you think about it as well, if you've been paying attention, we are seeing the PMI in the United States, and which came out on Monday, I believe it was. Yes, PMI. You're seeing the PMI, and you're seeing the CPI and the PCE. Sorry, you're seeing the inflation data. The inflation data all coming back better than expected. So I've got to go and moderate for Jeb. That's all good, brother. Glad to have you in here, and hopefully you'll be able to join back again. If not, I'll speak to you very soon. When you're looking at the data right now, all the inflation metrics, CPI is probably the better one, but the Fed used PCE. Either way, the inflation metrics are all coming back either as expected or lower than expected. So what that means is inflation is not as bad as it's being perceived to be, and it's being completely blown apportioned by the tariffs. So we are seeing jobs created decreasing, and we are seeing inflation also coming down. Those are the perfect setup scenarios for rate cuts. The only reason, which is explained in this video I'm going to play in a second now from Professor St. Onge, on why the Fed refusing still to cut rates, is because they're so worried about tariffs. And truth be told, as we're going to hear now from Peter, if they do not act soon, we could very well see a recession, a crisis level similar to that of 2008 when the housing bubble popped. Listen very closely to this video here.
Headlines was, will exploding federal deficits spark a financial crisis to rival 2008? Will we be eating cat food again? Last week, two influential mainstreamers, Ray Dalio and Jamie Dimon, warned a financial crisis is coming now that federal deficits are projected at nearly $3 trillion per year for the next decade, courtesy of Republicans in Congress. For perspective, before COVID, $1 trillion was a crazy number on the deficit. Before the 2008 crisis, it was $500 billion that got the headlines under W. We thought that was bad. The first warning came from Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater. He warned of a, quote, breakdown in bond markets as roughly $10 trillion of federal debt looks for buyers this year. When there's not enough buyers, it drives down bond prices, which automatically drives up interest rates and incidentally crashes banks, which we saw in 2023, when interest rates rose thanks to the Fed. Now, that all drives up the cost of borrowing in the entire economy, strangling businesses and driving up mortgages, credit cards, and car loans, which squeezes consumers and historically leads to recessions. And the only way to head that off is for the Fed to jump in and, quote, print money. As in, the Fed fires up their basement computers, types a bunch of zeros on an Excel sheet, and uses those counterfeit dollars to buy trillions of dollars in bonds.
Now, of course, that goes on a little bit longer. I'm not going to play the whole thing because, again, I don't want to, just do it like that. Again, Professor St. Onge is on Twitter. He's also got a YouTube channel. You can go check him out there. He is, I do find his economic breakdowns very insightful, very historic as well. So he's someone that I would recommend following to keep you up to date. Either way, I'll be covering him on occasion as well. And he's completely right here as well. Not just you have the current stagflation we're in, or as you argue going to, but I think we're already in stagflation. The current inflation is staying level, if not coming down a little bit, whilst the jobs are rescinding more and more. And then we have the whole bond market also going completely out of whack. The only way to combat all of that is to start printing money. And the Fed don't want to because they're so worried about tariffs. Which, sure, fine, I guess. But they either have two choices, which is either to let the recession happen or to start causing inflation, but to prevent right now the level of inflation is low enough to where if they start printing money, as long as they don't do it too ridiculously, it won't get too high to the point where it's going to start causing a recession, other way. Because recession can happen either when you've got, too high inflation, or, there are multiple factors for it, or we've currently got stagflation where we're getting negative GDP. So the bottom line is, in that regard, after today's ADP employment report, that tells us right now that the economy is slowing down, and that's a problem. But it means that the Fed, they're going to have to step in, otherwise, because the Fed's whole job, and it's been their whole job since the whole housing bubble and whatnot as well. Their whole job is to prevent recessions. That is their whole premise. That's all they're meant to do. After getting one negative GDP, they're going to do all they can do to prevent that, unless they're trying to play politics, which again, I see Dreg here saying, "What's up, QC? What's up, brother?" Powell is trying to orchestrate a controlled demolition, in my opinion. And I think that's also part of it. I think, Powell's definitely playing some elements of politics here. I think that's also the case as well. So the way I see it, I don't think we're getting rate cuts in 14 days' time, in 2 weeks, on the 18th of June. I don't think we're getting rate cuts then, but we're getting a higher chance of us seeing rate cuts right now, sooner than expected right now. I think everyone's currently got their cards on September, but if the metrics come out for July as well, also showcasing that the economy is stagnating but inflation's coming down, they have to step in soon. Otherwise, they're going to risk 2 back-to-back negative GDPs, and that will be recession confirmations. So I am not particularly worried, because again, the Fed have enough wiggle room to start printing money. So for me, it's not a problem. And when they start printing money, you're going to start seeing crypto go higher as well. Remember, look at the M2 money supply. M2 being an indicator of the money circulating all the world leading economies: Japan, America, United Kingdom, China, and the European Union. Right now, the M2 is already printing all-time highs. It's going higher and higher and higher. And that's without America also printing money themselves. So when you start seeing inevitably America start cutting rates and printing money, M2 is going to soar higher as well, leading us to a higher likelihood we see maybe above 150k Bitcoin this cycle. Who really knows? We've got some very big things on the horizon, with the macro looking optimistic for the longer term. Short term still a little bit shaky, but longer term looking good. Tariffs still a bit of uncertainty. And they also have heard news about how the Genius Stablecoin Act is also being it potentially may pass the Senate floor in 2 weeks' time, which will be huge. That will also be another massive indicator for seeing stablecoin adoption in America for all the FIs, and starting to see crypto rally more so as well. So I'm still very much in the belief that we're going to start seeing, again, maybe it is a cup and handle pattern here, coming down, and then we'll start seeing this push upwards again. Time will tell. I think Friday is going to be probably the biggest confirmation for me on what's going to happen in the more immediate short term, because that's again the non-farm payroll for the public sector as well. So if that also comes back, worse than expected, in the sense of it comes back lower jobs created, which it hasn't been doing so far. Actually, it's been better for the last few months, but if it comes back lower, that would be a really, really good indicator. Otherwise, then if we get more jobs created than expected, then Jerome Powell will be happy to just hold on the sideline for once more, which again would be frustrating by all means. 11 a.m. is right in the middle of the biggest crypto stream in America. Okay, well maybe I won't, because as much as I value you all, it's also it's not just for me, it's also for you, because I'm sure while I think my content is pretty up to standard, I understand that people with larger fan bases than me also have their people who also provide their own element of content that's very, very insightful. And the last thing I want to do is try to compete with them, because not just causing a divide between you, my community, but also I'm not going to win against that. So again, I'll put out a poll in my community either today or tomorrow and just ask people regarding the streaming times if they want to see it changed or keep it the same, and if they want to see it change, what time would be best for them. Broke on base, again, broke on base. Let's have a look at it again just for Nadehart. I'm basically Nadehart sure right now. Broke on base, I can't spell. Right now, it is still doing pretty well. Yep, still forming these all-time high, printing all-time highs right now, which is good. So yeah, shout out to you, Nadehart, who got in very, very early. What's up, Mr. Mars, bro? How dare you start the stream early? Hey, if you were on the Discord, brother, you would have seen me announce it like 2 or 3 hours ago. I did, and I know sometimes people don't actually see the announcement channel, which just for the time being, while the cycle's still a little bit, quiet, I've been forwarding the announcements into the general chat as well. But in the future, I'm only going to put in the announcement channel just to try and make it a little more streamlined on the server. But I do announce it. If I'm going live at usual time, I may not announce it. But if I'm going live earlier or later, I will always announce it. So joke's on you. But yes, that is the kind of the elements of the macro right now. So in that regard, then we might see again, I think right now the market is kind of pulling back, because while we did see negative macro data, but macro data that should enforce the Fed to start to step in, Jerome Powell's still like, I don't care, I'm not getting involved just yet. So people are like, well, why are we seeing a stagnating economy and you're not trying to help out yet? So people are getting frustrated by that. Equally Trump as well. This comes after this is the weakest job growth number in over 2 years as well. That's a significant figure, that. So in that regard, yes, maybe we're concerned, maybe we're not. I am not ultimately too worried. And in fact, there are currently some trades that I'm doing courtesy of the VIP group that I'm taking part in right now to capitalize in these current markets. Also, again, as you can see in the bottom left, courtesy to our working together with BYDFI, we're also working with them. So the VIP has actually elevated again to provide the trades from people who I've been able to onboard, and equally them traders from BYDFI as well. So as I'm going to showcase on screen once more, if you want to find out more about it, you can come join the free Discord server and then check out the BYDFI channel right here. Sign up using my affiliate link, deposit $100, and then verify your UID account to the bottom below here. And should you do that, you'll get permanent access to the BYDFI channels, which you can see are right there. The BYDFI channels right there, you get permanent access to that. And equally, you'll get a 1 month free trial to my VIP group as well, which provides, more trade signals as well. Both have been very, very good. All traders have been very profitable so far, so shout out to all of them. You'll see also alpha information regarding institutional documents, so we find out what institutes are looking at so we can get ahead of the retail market, and also weekly live streams and much, much more on their educational videos, all of that sort of stuff. So if you want to find out more, again, the link to the affiliate link to BYDFI is down below in the description, and also the Discord server is there as well. And you can also find that on what is that? That's some other channel that I'm looking at right now. Don't know why I'm on that. Give me a sec. But yeah, you can find all the information down below in the description, and also on my YouTube homepage as well. There. When it loads up. Right there. I love your YouTube community. Which is your main chat in Discord? Is your logo for your channel the Gold City? Yes, it is, brother. Thank you very much for the kind words, Antonio. And yes, the main chat in my Discord it does look the Gold City logo. So yeah, it is meant to depict a factory inside a golden coin. But yeah, it's a gold coin in a factory logo. So that's what it looks like. That's the community, and you have the general chat in there. That's the the general chat and the Casper chats are the most active ones, and then equally the executive chat for the VIP was getting more and more active, more people starting to join as well, and providing more macro information and more insights as well. People asking questions. So you want to find out more, again, brother, all information down below in the description, also here as well. And we welcome you. Please do. We would love to have you join. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not myself, my mods will also help out to answer any questions. And equally the community, we're all trying to learn more about the space. Welcome back, Pagov, bro. You're doing very, very well. I drop gems for free in the Discord. Yeah, also, true, not financial advice, but Nadehart has been dropping some occasional gems in there as well. For example, the broke on base. Very good pick. And I can't remember which one it was, but I remember Nadehart also put in a pick in that did print very, very well. I think on the meme coin cycle as well, when it was actually really popping off. So yeah, Nadehart's got a few hidden gems there as well. One day I'll be able to afford Jay's private Discord. Hey, brother, hopefully soon. And again, when you can, we welcome you with open arms. And hopefully, yeah, I mean, so far, due to the trades that I've been able to do, like, again, this is for me, right? We obviously, you can join for 7-day free trial, equally the affiliate link in BYDFI that lets you get a 1 month free trial to it. And, the trading I've been doing it so far, I've been actually able to make the the monthly fee a month at the very minimum. And that's, again, when I haven't been trading actively. I'm trading a lot more now because of BYDFI as well, providing more trades in our community. Therefore, we've been able to trade a lot more, and I've been able to make that easily a month. But again, do your own research. If you want to find out more, again, link down below in the description. And yes, okay, well, Nadehart, there you go. Did you not say the Fed will unlikely cut rates yesterday? Yeah, no, so the Fed are unlikely to cut rates in the next FOMC meeting, which is in 14 days, 2 weeks, on the 18th of June. They will unlikely cut rates, but there's never been a doubt in my mind the Fed will be cutting rates this cycle. And now with this macro data coming out, the ADP, if I go to the right day, we can see here the ADP non-farm employment change, that being so incredibly low, that's going to incentivize the Fed more likely to start cutting. Otherwise, we're going to go towards a very stagnant economy and a recession, therefore. I have a few months left before I have to look to applying for a job. Please keep a pump before. I'm hoping it will pump. I do expect to see Casper make some good moves this month. And then, again, following that M2 money supply, following Bitcoin, it will pump continuously going into August as well. I mean, July is looking a bit more stagnant, and then August starts to pump a little bit more again. So I expect to see some good rallies very, very soon. Thank you, friend, for the welcome. Hey, you're welcome, Antonio, man. Again, we welcome you there. Looking forward to see you there and speaking more so in the future. Can you analyze gold chart? Again, I'm not too. I don't analyze the gold chart religiously, so it's not something I go into a lot of detail about. Here we can see gold right now. You can see it's near its all-time highs right now, which is understandable because the economy right now is in shambles. All economies right now, they are being perceived as very, very risky, holding any form of currency at all, any form. And that's also what was depicted here from Professor Onge, that effectively holding any currency right now is actually a risk. You're better off holding safe assets, be it gold, or in this case, I would argue also crypto. I'd argue, again, not financial advice, do your own research, but gold right now is near that all-time high level right now, 3,375 right now. And there's a possibility, I've heard from other analysts, that we're going to see gold likely hit maybe 4.5k, which would be insane. And Bitcoin, of course, being digital gold, could also run it up in suit as well. And yes, Bitcoin has an 80 to 90% correlation to the M2 supply, and it's following it very, very well right now, we can see. Yeah, just follow it very, very well. I wonder how long this smart contract testnet for Casper will last. I also wonder myself as well. I mean, we did see a post from Casper a while back. If I try and find it. Casper. It can probably take me a while to find it, but we did see a post from Casper a while back when somebody asked him about the testnet. So look, we see here Casplex layer 2 is on testnet 10, and its testnet runs on it. So talking about that, someone said it was under attack. Oh yeah, that was that's, yeah, okay, I saw this on that post actually. That's not the one I'm thinking about, but there was a post here where someone asked him how long it will take, and he just said it depends on a lot of stuff. Yeah, here, so when mainnet depends on a lot of factors. So we still haven't got a confirmative date just yet on when we're going to see the testnet come out. I like to believe once they've got enough data, and again, this is some form of data here about what we're seeing right now. 123 billion total liquidity, 391,000 volume, the highest fee collected, 31,000. Milestone unlocked, 60,000 users registered by the web form. That's for Casper Finance here. That's also huge news. So we'll see hopefully a lot more of that, a lot more analytic stuff coming through very, very soon. And that'll hopefully, again, lead to us seeing the mainnet. Because the mainnet is, what's going to really help in getting more adoption to Casper. Because again, testnet is all well and good, but mainnet gives it, to those who can't be asked to go through the testnet element, they'll go through the mainnet. Now, on other Casper news right now, we have got this post here from Casper Daily, the other title of this stream here. Casper new Trump trading pair. MEXC has added Casper /USD1 trading pair. We did see MEXC ask a few days back about, they did a whole vote thing on what currency, what assets should get the USD1 trading pair. And of course, Casper overwhelmingly won that. So MEXC now added CAS USD1, a trading pair. Includes World Liberty stablecoin, a project linked to the Trump family. This could improve liquidity depths on MEXC and potentially reduce price manipulation risk as more stable pairs diversify the trading environment. Now, of course, I don't expect anybody to use MEXC. I don't mind MEXC. I actually do like them, but I understand that, especially with Casper's community, we do not like them because be seeing a lot of manipulation from them. Although we've also seen that as a result of the change finance, the scandal, if you will, the rug pull that happened on that, over 300 million Casper was taken and sold through MEXC, predominantly through MEXC. So it may not just be MEXC per se manipulating it. It may also be in the fact that the scammers and people who act in bad faith through change are the ones who sold to MEXC, making it seem like MEXC was the bad person. Either way, I don't expect you to trust MEXC, but either way, that's a good thing to see another trading pair for Casper, and again, potentially increasing liquidity. Of course, not today. Again, we're only at 42 million right now. It's very, very lackluster, but the market, I think, is due to turn around with the M2, with the hopefully negative but bullish long-term macro developments as well. And if the tariff FUD cools down, they'll be also very, very good. We're also seeing here from Crypto Proselyte, Casper supply dynamics signal strong holder conviction. The inactive supply of Casper has quietly reached new all-time highs across nearly all the time frames, which is a really powerful and meaningful signal of growing confidence among long-term holders. And this is actually a good and a bad thing, right? It's a good thing because, again, we can see here from the charts all of the 3-month supply, all the people who are holding for a very, very long time. So evidently there's a lot of belief in Casper long term, which is great. I do imagine this will probably go down when Casper reaches all-time highs because people want to just take some money out. But at the same time, we also don't want Casper to be necessarily just a store of value. We don't want it to be Bitcoin. So it's good for now while Casper price is down, but when the smart contract ecosystem starts coming out fully and stablecoins come on Casper, I would hope this goes down a little bit. I mean, I myself am definitely going to be utilizing Casper ecosystem. The VIP group I have in here, I'm actually been researching more and more on how to maximize, the benefits that crypto offers, not just Casper, crypto as a whole, and what the big FIs are looking into. We're finding out here as well, and we're trying to find out how we can also utilize that as well. And Casper, what they're bringing out with smart contracts, they'll have the same form of apps, dApps that we can use that other platforms already have. That's what institutes will be looking at as well. So I'm looking for stuff like yield farms again, those sort of stuff. I'm going to look forward to that when Casper brings that out as well. So I'll be definitely tapping into the ecosystem as well. So again, if you want to find out more stuff about that stuff, then link down below in the description. I'm curious of what will pump to 120k. I think it's just going to happen. When, I don't know, but I think it's going to happen. With previous bull run, are we on time or delay or what? I mean, I think in regard to the previous bull run, we're technically Bitcoin's ahead, alts are behind. Alts are behind, but Bitcoin's ahead in regard to the previous bull run. Although the previous bull run, right here now, we're in June. Go back to the previous bull run. You can see that in the previous bull run, we actually started pumping in July. We came down in June. We had that whole crash in June. So I think that we're currently ahead in the grand scheme of things, and we'll start seeing a rally up soon. I don't know why, but I smell a big news for Casper, like Trump talking about it, and we rocket like Jupiter. I'd be surprised if Trump talks about Casper. I wouldn't be against if it happens, fantastic, but I'd be surprised. But I do think something big's coming for Casper. I think, and I'm praying that USDC will make some form of announcement regarding Casper next week or the week afterwards, following the meeting they're having with the KEF and Wolfie. I think Tether's also on the horizon as well, and I think maybe big tier 1s will follow in suit as well. And then, of course, the smart contract for Casper. Everything I think is coming up very quickly. Devs are not stupid, they understand crypto and tech, so they will build to Casper. Yeah, 100%. The simple element of a business you've got to understand is, as a business, as a dev, your whole premise is to make money and save money whilst making money. So that means when you look at all the ecosystems out there right now, in regards to opportunities right now, XRP's got a lot, Ethereum's got the most, Solana's got a lot, Sui's got a lot, they all got a lot of opportunities right now, and they all are cheap in their own regard, have a lot of tools in their own regard. When Casper is a fully fledged DeFi, you're going to see a really secure proof of work, the most secure, scalable, and decentralized platform that also will be interoperable with every other chain. Firstly, Ethereum, then you'll see eventually Solana, then Move, which is the Sui language, then you'll see XRP in the future as well, and many, many more. So as a business standpoint, if you want to save money, you will go to the cheapest platform. Again, if you go onto an exchange of your choosing, right? You go onto an exchange of your choosing, and you want to transact, let's just say Casper's got a fully fledged DeFi, right? And you go onto Binance, right? You go onto Binance and you want to transact your USDT from one exchange to another, whatever, and all the exchanges support Casper, right? Casper is going to show up on the top line there because it's the cheapest and quickest. The noobs of crypto, or the newbies, I should put it in a politer tone, they're going to simply just choose the quickest and fastest one. And if Casper can prove that much, which it's going to do so, they're going to choose Casper. Casper get more volume, therefore. And that will therefore give more fees to the miners and bring more liquidity into Casper. So it is ultimately inevitable that people are going to build on Casper because, again, they will perceive it as the cheapest while also the most beneficial alternative to everything else. That will be able to bridge to everything else as well. Wallet 2, are you 99% sure? It's definitely a tier 1. Yes. Again, there's no confirmation as such, but they're holding $750 million Casper. They're holding $65 million for the Casper. I mean, it could be anyone. It could be maybe Musk, maybe Michael Saylor, who knows? But it makes sense when you look at the fact that MEXC's up here, Uphold's up here, Bybit's up here, BitGet. You know, KuCoin's one of these as well. It makes sense that this one is going to be a big tier 1, or a big exchange at least. Binance, we don't know, but if it's going to be, it makes sense for it to be an exchange. Nobody can be sure of, nobody can be sure of anything, but it just is a logical assumption to make. That's how I'll put it down. Can Casper go to $2? Potentially. That's only a $52 billion market cap. Can you talk about the Golden Cross? Cody have talked about it in the Discord, thanks. Did he talk about the Discord? I mean, I don't particularly cover that too much. I think I did see people talk about the Golden Cross a while back. I'm trying to remember where it was. Again, Golden Cross, is another big element of TA that I don't talk about it too much because, again, my TA is, truth be told, not that in depth. And at the same time, the TA I have doesn't need to be more in depth because the TA I have, I think, already does it justice. I do my TA to find out the zones right now. So if I'm looking at Bitcoin right now, I can see that's currently that's currently what the fib says right now. That's an element I can use. I see the M2 supply being a big factor as well. I can see the zones here. We're seeing support and resistance right now. I don't think I need to necessarily talk about the Golden Cross. I just see that Adonis did mention the Golden Cross here. And it ultimately suggests that we're going to be seeing it go a lot higher if we're seeing a cross between the moving averages between the total market cap and Bitcoin, I believe. But that's my 2 cents on that regard anyways. The next bull run with the development on utilized Casper will be massive. I completely agree. Casper's going to prove itself this cycle and then explode furthermore in the months and years to follow. Can you develop on the Casper network? You will be able to soon. Very soon. Welcome back, Buffalo Theory, bro. You're doing very, very well. What's up, Stacks? In a way, America has printed money by buying back bonds. I think they would print money by this action. What do you think, QC? In a sense, yes, but they're going to actually physically print money as well. Again, they've had to start, forking out of their own pocket to buy the bonds back. But they're still ahead of a lot of bonds right now that are, not being bought up because the nations are not buying them anymore. China's been selling off bonds like it's wildfire. So therefore, no one's buying them. So therefore, America had to make up the deficit. They have to buy more. So they have to print money to buy more. So in a sense, it's happening already, but they're going to have to do it quicker. Otherwise, we will see a recession. And with, again, stagnation happening, with lack of jobs coming out and inflation actually coming down, while it's still going to be a risk and cause inflation, they're not in a terrible spot to do so right now. USC and Casper is 100% confirmed. 100% is nothing's 100%. But you can see here, I mentioned this. I mentioned it in my video yesterday. I mentioned here this is massive USDC. You had Johnny mentioned in his rant when he talked about Shy at the very bottom that he's going to be meeting with Circle next week in New York. And then you also had Wolfie saying he's going to be there as well. And then you also had CoinPal.io, who is a venture of the KEF, mentioned they're now a part of the Circle Alliance program. And Oyson Lee also confirmed that while Circle's not on the list, Casper's not on the list for Circle right now, when USDC is officially launched on Casper, you will see it there. That is, again, huge news all around for what we're going to be seeing in the near future for Casper. So, very, very big stuff there. What's up, Falco, bro? You're doing very, very well, my man. School need to educate kids on crypto, not LGBTQ plus XRP. I mean, we are, and again, I'm not going to get into too much detail about it because again, that's the benefit of the VIPs. The VIPs are seeing the alpha information ahead of time, and schools are teaching people about crypto now. Not just about crypto in the basic sense, talking about how to benefit and maximize the benefits you make from crypto. So what I'm talking about the VIP, schools are also doing that as well, creating summer courses for it. Schools like Harvard. Well, I think the school I mentioned actually was Amsterdam School. So another very, very big institution. So we want to find out more about sort of stuff again to find out ahead of time what these big institutions and schools and governments are looking at, so we can then devise our strategies ahead of time to get ahead of the game of retail. VIP group right here again, linked up in the description and also my homepage as well. Couldn't agree more, but the powers that don't want that. I mean, yeah, there's also the powers that don't want that, but there are, again, they should teach them that. They're not doing it in full force, but they're starting to do it right now. UTC was confirmed for more or less, yes. More or less, yes. I mean, Oyson Lee effectively confirmed that here. When he said, he said when, not if, when USDC is officially launched on Casper, you will see it. And they're meeting next week. So it is inevitable. How soon, we don't know, but it's going to happen. Welcome back, LB, on the check-in, bro. You're doing very, very well, brother. Perhaps this bull trajectory seems slow or irregularity because irregularity is because the interest by institutional groups, etc., are getting on board, and it's having an effect on the bull run and alt season. Yes, in part of that, yes. The reason why the bull run feels slow is partly because institutions got in early and late. They got in early to the Bitcoin elements. They sent Bitcoin flying, and then Bitcoin's been hovering around these levels for quite some time. So we're kind of like, what's happening right now? Where's our bull run? Even though we're at 105k Bitcoin, that's insane. But we're like, where's our bull run? And we've gone to a higher still. But you also have no altcoin ETFs besides Ethereum. So lack of altcoin adoption. So altcoins therefore have become very lackluster right now. And also they're waiting for regulatory frameworks. Again, you're going to see the Genius Act stablecoin bill hopefully pass the Senate floor in just 2 weeks. Senator Lummis mentioned it as well. So in that regard then, when you get regulatory frameworks coming through, you'll see all the massive financial institutions start to head into crypto. And that'll be a very big thing to see more adoption and therefore higher prices as well. So it's having an effect right now, but it's just biding the time. I'm not worried about it. I don't think anyone should be as well. Again, don't be emotional, be logical. Now, going back to some more news here. We've got this post here from Coinpedia Markets. They've now officially listed Nacho on their platform, which is good. And actually, in regards to Nacho, and unsurprisingly to me at all, is now made, after that whole Shy for people thinking it was Shy's cat, it's made that recovery already. It's now above 10 mil markup again. I got it below 10 mil. I got some Nacho where I think I got some around here, I think. Wait, that's the last day. No, it wasn't the last day. I got it around, I got some, I think, around here. Yeah, I think I got some around here. So I got in just below 10 mil. And even after that massive fall off from Shy's thing, like, again, it's already come back to that level again. Now, will it see more corrections? Maybe. Would it go up from here? Again, maybe. We don't know. We're waiting for the development for Casper right now, the price of Casper to rally. But it proves to me once more that Shy, again, he's left. Hope he finds peace. And I hope he continues doing what he's doing. And spreading the knowledge about Casper and crypto, which he's still going to do, just not as a part of the insider circle, if you will, anymore. But it's proof once more that Nacho and Shy, they only share the name of the cat. There's no actual correlation between the two, and Nacho's doing very well here. And I think all these memes will do very, very well. The big ones, Kango will do great. Caspi, I think PPK will do very well. Casper Ghost, Bert, Conan, Gold will be good. Croak, Kiki, I think they'll do well as well. And then people talk about Atomic recently as well. It's done quite decent. One that I'm also very bullish on is Wolfie, and it's not me trying to show it to you again. You do your own research, but I think Wolfie's going to be a very big one as well. But I think a lot of these memes right now, they are just biding their time, waiting for capital to rally, and then you'll start seeing that significant rally and push upwards as well. So again, Casper is only going to increase from here in regards to adoption and use case. And it's going to be very interesting. You can see it here from Casper Silver here. Vitalik Buterin says Ethereum's layer 1 should scale 10 times faster over the next year and a bit. That's, of course, following the Petra upgrade they tried to do. It got hacked recently. But it's funny they say that because, again, Casper has already scaled its production by 10 times. And it's producing 10 blocks every second on a traditional proof-of-work system. So proof-of-work can already outscale other systems, proof-of-stakes. There's no need for proof-of-stakes at all. And Casper's going to go to 32, if not 100 later on as well, with Dagnite coming out as well. So making it also internet chaos resistant. So Casper's going to scale up even more so. Proof-of-stake won't be able to keep up. Casper's going to be the future. And what I've been seeing as well recently as well, I think very, very interesting, the KRI have gone on a bit of a speed recently talking about potential for Tau and Casper to work together. JJ, Joseph Jacks here, asked if Tau is to capitalize on what Bitcoin is to fiat currency, BitTensor overall will eventually be worth hundreds of thousands, hundreds of trillions, and Bitcoin will eventually be worth tens of trillions. And KRI said here, Tau x Casper. Tau needs to better DLT to fully unleash its capabilities. Casper is the ultimate fully decentralized, scalable, and secure block DAG that synergizes very well with, to underpin the BitTensor network and unlock new possibilities for both networks. So we're seeing, and that's I think the third post or so I've seen from the KRI recently. Of course, you've got to understand the KRI, apparently there's 14 people running the account, so you may not see the same level of enthusiasm in the next week or so. But, you know, I do agree with Chris here as well. It should be seriously explored. It should be. BitTensor is an incredibly powerful and useful AI network, AI marketplace. Combine it with Casper's incredible layer 1, it could create, again, I say it, the Kobe and Shaq, the LeBron and D Wade, the yin and the yang. I think it could be the perfect synergy to bring AI application to Casper, also making BitTensor a lot more powerful as well. So maybe we see it in the future as well. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But this is the level of, this is the nature of where we're at with crypto right now. We're at a very, still in a very much experimental and development stage, and soon in the next year that will kind of evolve into just raw output. Just raw output. So yeah, the macro is looking very, very interesting, and we'll see some more coming out. If I go and check out my, I'm trying to think what other. We have obviously Friday as well, being another big catalyst thing coming. We do have jobless, so we have the jobless claims. So we'll see like the claims and stuff coming out tomorrow, and then we'll see the report on Friday. And now, of course, determine where we're going to go from here as well. And then Casper, again, we're seeing the ecosystem also start to expand more and more. You know, that's impressive numbers for early, a 3-day testnet. That's very, very impressive so far. So I think what's going to see on the mainnet, and when you see, stablecoins come on Casper as well, again, USDC is only a matter of time. Tether, while being more quiet right now, I believe also only a matter of time. You've got a lot more that's due to come in. And again, we can see, different sort of Shy here. Shy, again, why he's left Casper, he's still doing his own thing right now. He could be speaking at this Bitcoin event here, the Quantum Bitcoin Summit, which again, I'm glad that Shy is still doing his thing. The Jordan and Pippin. Oh yeah, that would be an app. Yeah, exactly. Casper, the Jordan and Pippin, exactly. Or Pippin, sorry, Pippin, not Pippin. What am I saying? Yeah, the Jordan and Pippin, 100%. What a team that would be. Exactly. What's up, Buffalo, bro? But yeah, I mean that is currently approaching the 50-minute mark, so very, very early. But that is ultimately the source for today's stream, so a very short one. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. If not, then I will be wrapping up in the next minute or two. But again, short-term pullbacks may be expected. Casper, again, still trading within this golden pocket right now. So I'm not remotely concerned, truth be told, about Casper's price right now. And I do think, again, this recovery, this relief, this reversal is probably a few weeks away. I think June this month still going to be a month that Casper could do very, very well. I would like to believe, not financial advice, that Casper can surpass 13 cents this month and maybe even go a little bit higher as well. We'll have to wait and see. But again, don't be emotional, be logical, do your own research. You want to find out more, again, capitalizing what you can get from crypto, trading these cycles and whatnot as well. Check out the VIP groups. If you don't want to again, you can join for 1 week free trial. Equally, you can check out the affiliate link down below in the description with BYDFI and go through the Discord channels to get a 1 month free trial to the server as well as permanent VIP access to the BYDFI channels as well. So again, all information down below in the description, equally on the Discord server, the VIP and also the free one here as well. One of the Rock the Casper guys was featured in the BBC wearing a Casper t-shirt. Is that real? I did not know that. That's insane. Wow, I mean, yeah, Casper's going global therefore. I did not know that. You need to send me that screenshot, bro. Please do. I want to see that, and I'll probably even mention it in tomorrow's stream. That's insane. Welcome back, DD, bro. You're doing very, very well. And yes, you are a bit late, but either way, it's good to have you here, man. Great for you to tune in once more. And again, you can always watch it on playback. And again, those who have not watched my video yesterday talking about USDC in more detail, they can also do that as well. You get free feet pics when you sign up to the VIP. Yeah, apparently you do. From Mr. Marsden, not from me. Mr. Marsden, that's all a work out of him, But that being said, family, if you enjoy the stream, always leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. If you want to know about crypto and Casper and other market sentiments, then again, the VIP is down there. Video link to BYDFI and also the free community. Just want to place the chill chat and learn more, also down below in the description. Have a great day, good evening, good night, my family and my people. And tomorrow will be a new day, hopefully a better day as always. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care now.